How are you lads? What's the crack? What's that? How are you lads? Shooter McGavin. Where is the best pint of Guinness around the Aviva Stadium? The Rugby to Six Nations is in full flow. Ireland will host France in the Aviva Stadium this Saturday. First home game for Ireland. I'm thinking a lot of you lads will be heading in. So I want to guide you in the right direction where to get the best pint of G. The video is going to be fast and loose as per usual. Well, I don't know, I haven't even recorded it yet. And just before we get into it lads, a shout out to the sponsor of the video, the lads over at Suns. Started by a couple of ambitious Irish fellas based in London. Suns is your only man. If, like myself, your hair is not being loyal, it's starting to go on you. You've looked up all the treatments, head over to Turkey, pay about 5-10 grand, have all those weird holes in your head. You're thinking, no thanks, I'd rather something a bit easier. That's where Suns comes in. You do a really quick online consultation. Suns will tell you what's what, how bad is the situation, how bad is it, Doc? They'll prescribe you a custom plan that'll be sent discreetly to your front door. They don't scream, this is for a baldy bastard. And listen lads, the stats don't lie. 1 in 5 men start to lose their hair in their 20s. So head over to suns.ie or suns.co.uk. Use the code PINTS40 to get 40% off your first order. That's £80 off a 6-month plan in the UK or about €95 in Ireland. Suns, thanks for sponsoring the video. Now on to the quest to find the best pint of Guinness around the Aviva Stadium. Right lads, where is the best pint of Guinness around the Aviva Stadium, formerly known as Lansdowne Road? We're gonna find out right now. I've got 4 pubs. I have to admit, I did a similar video at Croke Park Stadium last year. I picked too many pubs. I made 3 videos out of it. Nonsense, too long. Nobody wants all those amounts of videos. We've got 1 video, 4 pubs. The criteria is the pub. Each pub has to be within a 10-minute walk of the Aviva Stadium. I've done my Google mapping, so a big shout out to, say, Smith's on Haddington Road. Wouldn't have quite made it. It's more like a 15-20 minute walk. The 51 on Haddington Road, Searson's on Baggot Street, Toners, Doheny and Nesbitt's on Baggot Street. None of them made the cut. Not quite close enough. I've got 4 pubs. Let's go. The boys getting the place ready for Saturday. So yeah, 4 pubs I'm hitting. 2 of them are sort of south of the stadium and 2 of them are sort of northwest. Yeah, in pairs, they're like right beside each other. So it'll be like 2 and 2, bish bosh. How's your nosh? Right lads, made it to Balls Bridge. I'm standing right across from the RDS, you could say, the sort of smaller sister stadium of the Aviva. Sounds like there's a match on right now. Could be senior cup, secondary schools, rugby. The rugby is in full swing and we bloody love it, mate. Paddy Cullen's first and then Mary Max. But I've actually tried Paddy Cullen's, the door is locked, even says it's open on the Google machine. So into Mary Max first. I won't, don't worry. I'll make sure you look good. Won't be hard.
Oh Jesus, come on, man. Can't get any better than this.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Oh, you saw with the best ever, didn't it?
Cheer for the woo. 2 more, you see that? And she's smashing them.
Right lads, first pint of the day. Feels like a while since I've done a video, I don't know why. Looks absolutely immaculate. Fantastically lovely woman behind the bar. Mad for the crack. Head looks perfect size. Good bit of that. Temperature spot on, all style glass. Obviously smooth head, no bubbles. Good start lads. And I really like this pub as well. Sláinte. On the rugger. My God, that's creamy. That is creamy stuff, lads. A lot of people have said to me, yeah, all well and good doing the video, but most of those pubs will serve pints in plastic glasses on match day. So if I'm saying, oh, Mary Max is a fantastic pint to get, just the hiccups are in already. That was good. If I'm saying Mary Max is a fantastic pint of Guinness, we're all style glass, blah, blah, shtick, all this sort of stuff, and then you come on Saturday and you get in a plastic cup and you're thinking, Guinness Guru, you haven't a clue. It's like, not my fault, lad. So yeah, I suppose it's a bit of a catch-22 in that situation, but anyway, I can't really control whether they're going to try out plastic cups locked after 1 sip. It should be an interesting day. That's extremely drinkable, extremely rich, extremely, what's the other word? There's one word that it's actually not, but it is extremely creamy. It's kind of a weird, like, is it either a paradox or an oxymoron? Or I'm a moron, because I'm not sure which one, going back to the old secondary school English. But basically, it's like really creamy, but it's not that thick. But that's usually, if it's thick, it's creamy. If it's creamy, it's thick. So, but it's kind of like it's not that thick in a good way. Like it just slides down the gullet, no messing. So it feels like a bit of a unique pint, which is quite rare to get after. I was only checking the map, just in case any of you lads, people are always asking, where's the best pint here and there. There is a map. I'll put it in the description of this video. I should put it in the description of every video. It's on gurutv.ie. And I was only checking it yesterday. There is over 260 pubs on the map all over the world, so that's where you should be going. Yeah, the pub is busy enough. Seems like a lot of lads sneaking away for an hour. Sneaky pint on the work break, because it's that like sort of 2, half 2 time. Just boys being boys. Out from the office, mate. Cheeky pint. And then the Bridge pub is the Bridge 1859 is right across the road. That was mentioned a few times. Didn't quite get into the sort of top 4 or whatever, but yeah. Honourable mention to them, owned by all the Carneys and Heathlips and all these sort of boys. Very much enjoying that. Yeah, big fan of that pint. Very, very good. Sticky situation. Right, so what are we saying about this? Very good start, very happy with that. Not a whole lot wrong with it. Like I said, it was like really rich and creamy, but not super thick. It went down the gullet really well. All around an excellent pint. And just, yeah, very, very little I could say bad about it. Really, really happy with that. Mary Max, really strong start. We're going 8.4 out of 10 for Mary Max. Look at the shtick, absolutely beautiful. Right, I just ran around the corner to record this because it's so feckin' windy. So yeah, nearly got a heart. I only paid for the pint. I know I showed the price when I showed a pint in the video, but I only paid for it at the end. Nearly had a feckin' heart attack when she asked for €6.40 off of me. But anyway, you're in Ballsbridge, you're around the Aviva. What can you do? You're talking Temple Bar prices. Hair not looking great. Make sure I keep up with my sons. So yeah, as we saw, Paddy Cullen's was closed beforehand. I'm going to go back around and try it now, but it's not looking hopeful. So here we are, Paddy Cullen's. Google says it's open. No dice. Right lads, it's windy as fuck, the hair's all over the place. I'm at Jack Ryan's, better known as Beggar's Bush, Ryan's Beggar's Bush, whatever you want to call it. This place is proper suited and booted for the rugby. It's got canopies out the back, a bar set up out the back. The whole car park is dedicated to the rugby. Let's go in and have a gander. But I don't know if I said it, this was the most recommended pub by a decent bit. It's not a good sign. Hardly fucking closed as well now. Hardly. Most recommended pub. No. Absolutely no sign of life. It says it's open at 10:30 a.m. It's now 3:10. There's one more door I can try, but pub doors, it's kind of a known thing. They're always open. If the pub is open, the door will be open. Like, shouldn't have to push it open. Definitely closed. What a shit show. I mean, this video has gone from bad to worse. Slattery's is down the road. That was kind of the second most. I'm rattled, lads. I won't lie, I'm rattled. Slattery's down the road was the second most recommended. We'll go down there and just fucking see what happens. This is live TV in a nutshell. Right, heading down to Slattery's. I see it in front of me. Please, God Almighty, say your prayers, lads, that it's open. Even though your prayers won't mean anything because the video has already happened, but I don't give a shite. I'm just doing it for myself. I need you, Slattery's. I need you now. Yeah, and that's not even the song. Oh God, fucking rattled. Right, I think my prayers have been answered. I'm across the road from Slattery's. It looks open. There's a couple of lads shucking on pints outside. Come on. Right lads, been meaning to come here for a long time. Finally here, Slattery. Although I don't know if I'm getting it mixed up. Is there two Slatteries or not? But Slattery. I'm going mic up to the mouth. I'm absolutely sweating. I was freezing outside. It was so windy, and now I'm fucking boiling here. But anyway, decent pint, serious roast off of it. Going mic to the mouth because it's quite enough pub. You don't want to be shouting out like a fucking gobshite in the corner of a Wednesday afternoon in the pub. Lads are in, a couple of boys, boys trying to enjoy their pints. But yeah, I'll be honest lads, I'm rattled. I'm not sure what to do now. I'll focus on the pint in a second, but I'm not sure what to do now. Two of the pubs I was at, I think Paddy Cullen's would have been a good, I feel like possibly old man kind of pub, and then Ryan's Beggar's Bush was the most requested pub, so the fact that was closed as well definitely puts a bit of a taint on the whole thing. There's one more pub up the road called the Bath. I mean, didn't get that many recommendations. It's like, what's the point in going in there? We didn't really get many recommendations. But anyway, I'm going to talk about this pint, and then we'll figure things out at the end. Yeah, decent pint, very like thick, creamy, definitely like a bit more of a sort of a roasted flavour off it than your average pint. The Mary Max pint was kind of just like went down. This one definitely more of that sort of nearly craft stout, dare I say, Beamish kind of Island's Edge. I always find they're just a bit more roasted than normal. People have been saying Slattery's for ages, but then I think there might be a Slattery's. No, because people used to say the Slattery's quiz, and I'm seeing a sign there saying Slats quiz. One of my mates, actually housemate Dave, always says this Slattery's quiz. I wonder, is it here or is it somewhere in South Dublin? I'm not too sure. A lot of pubs have same names, like, so it's like you kind of get them confused. But yeah, solid little pint. Yeah, this is a good pint. Not blowing my socks off. Thick and creamy, to be fair. Something in the taste just not right up my street. But overall, a pretty solid, decent pint. But as you can tell, lads, I'm deflated from those two pubs being closed, and my mind is, I'm drinking this pint, I'm doing a review, while simultaneously trying to think, what the fuck am I going to do to make this video good? But I think you lads, in a weird way, I think you lads, sometimes in a sick way, because you're sick. Like, it really reminds me of LA when I was going and all the pubs were closed, and I only ended up going to like one pub. The lads were saying it was actually more entertaining, you just getting flustered than even getting into the pub and doing the review. So I hope my frustration has kept you somewhat entertained for the last 20 minutes or so. Yeah, shtick, grand, not fantastic, but it is staying very thick and creamy to the end, and very few bubbles, so I'll give it that. It's a thick one, but if I'm comparing it to, say, Mary Max, my last pint, something about the taste was just a bit better in there. Creamy finish, you see it on the tash, it's a good sign. Overall, nothing majorly wrong with it, but just not blowing me away, as my pal Conor McGregor would say, hashtag inside joke. I'd happily go 7.8 out of 10, a very solid pint. But unfortunately, the one I had in Mary Max was unbelievable. Right lads, I'm back home. It was wildly windy in town. I was trying to film an outro outside the last pub, Slattery's. Couldn't hear a thing. The hair was going everywhere. It was a shit show. A bit like today's video, I will admit. Not every video goes to plan, lads. Went to two pubs, could have went to another one, and there was a pub close to Slattery's called the Bath, but again, wasn't that highly recommended. So yeah, I suppose if we're talking what's the best pint around the Aviva Stadium, obviously Mary Max was great. Smith's of Haddington Road, which I said was just a little bit too far, but that's probably where I'd be going before a match. And then you've got loads of great pubs on Bagot Street. Personal favourite of mine being Dottney and Nesbitt's. A lot of people rave about Toners. Searson's is kind of the closer end towards the stadium. So there you have it, lads. Not every video goes to plan, but that's life. I hope, like I said before, I hope you got some sort of enjoyment out of my frustration. Thank you for tuning in, lads. Shout out to Sons for sponsoring the video and trying to keep this bally head in check. Thanks for watching.